Cancer Healing Grasshopper here to do your first week in June reading, the 1st to the 8th. We'll see if that's really reversed in a moment. King of Cups. Okay. Right. Okay. The Four of Cups and the King of Pentacles is about you being approached here by someone. Hold on. Okay. This feels like people who are in committed relationships here. You've had troubles in the past, and you're still kind of licking your wounds from the troubles, and haven't fully recovered from it, and you're being approached by this other person to reconcile, and you are still assessing. Let's see what the rest of the cards tell us. Queen of Pentacle. Oh yeah, Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is the conflict card. Now you have the Six of Swords under the Four of Swords. Yeah, you're thinking about leaving. Wow, you're really thinking about leaving. Yeah. So the Six of Wands is you really seeing the benefits of your decision to leave. This is the celebration card, but in this context, this is more of a quiet celebration in your own minds. Like, it's kind of like that feeling that you have when you're in a bad situation, but the peace that it brings when you finally make a choice that feels right for you, that's what this is. And then you really walking away. Um, and the King of Cups did initially come out reversed, which would be maybe it's both. Both energies we're looking at. Yeah, listen, the reason why, first of all, the deck was upside down, number one. Number two, a lot of my jumpers, whether it's upside down or not, like to come out reverse. That's number one that you should know about my readings. But the King of Cups, but Spirit is telling me that I should go for both energies. It did come out reversed, and then Spirit said, no, you need to turn it upright. It's both messages. Reversal would be like someone who's insensitive. and emotionally unaccessible, inaccessible, an unapproachable type person. And then King of Cups is like emotionally accessible, open arms type thing, but at the same time, very rational in his emotional decisions, right? So this was, I'm sorry I was being a jerk, an insensitive jerk before, but here I am with open arms to do something about this now. And the feeling that I'm getting from this is that it's like too little, too late. Um, King of Swords. Okay. So King of Swords, this is very, very important here, Cancer. King of Swords brings the energy of quiet discernment. This energy requires a lot of listening. Where'd the hangman come from? I didn't even notice he flew out. This is our results card. That's interesting. Okay, so King of Swords. If you know the tarot deck, I need to bring up this contrast because it's important here. The Queen of Swords has like her sword is kind of lifted up a bit and her hand is out. She has more of an active discernment there than the King of Swords. Um, the King of Swords is more at ease, and there are some cards where he's actually fully resting his hands on his lap, and I've seen them sometimes where the sword is like kind of resting down too. Like he's not actively cutting anything out. He's just waiting and listening. And but make no mistake, when he needs to make use of that sword, he will. But it's like King of Swords energy is like giving you enough rope to hang yourself. He's like, go ahead, speak. What do you need to tell me? I'm listening. You know? Spirit is saying that before you leave, you need to hear this person out first. Because for some of you, this decision to leave is absolutely valid. But for some of you, you might want to give it another go. It may not be time to leave. Yeah, this is like 50-50 spirit saying, right? Which is why the King of Swords is here. Not all of you are really supposed to go yet. You'll know in your heart, especially you won't know for sure until you listen. Don't shut them out yet. And listen, you know this person very well. Okay. You know when they're bullshitting uh, and when they're telling the truth, right? So that's the first thing that needs to be assessed. But the other thing is, are they capable, if they're telling the truth, are they capable of following through what they're promising to you? You know, because there are a lot of times when, you know, you'll have an exchange with someone and you know in your heart that they mean what they're saying, but it's like, are they really going to follow through? Are they going to be capable of following through and delivering what they're talking about? You know? So that's what the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords discernment here also is talking about. Um, The Hangman and the King of Swords together is about the listening part and then the processing of that information, the Hangman, that may change your perspective on your decision, right? So this is up in the air here. Okay. Page of Cups reversed. It is reversed. Oh, Cancer. Cancer's like, I'm done. Yeah, I'm not trying to listen to nothing. I'm sorry, Cancer. I don't mean to laugh at you. It's just, yeah, I don't know. The Page of Cups just made me giggle here. Um, and maybe I'm giggling for a reason. Maybe you should have a little bit of humor here. Magician. Magician in this context is talking about you need to consider all things and all angles and not just the cup that's sitting on the table here. Because the magician's saying don't make an emotional decision. You also need to use your intellect. You need to use your intuition. You've got to examine all angles of the situation and not just how you feel. You've got to look. This is just don't make a rash emotional decision, is what I'm saying, and that assess everything involved first before you make the decision. What else we got? Two of Pentacles. We'll see if that's reversed in a moment. Yeah, one more. Oh, okay. Was that really ours? It was. Okay. One more, please. Okay. So, Two of Pentacles reversed? No. High Priestess reversed? No. No. Okay. This is saying, let's start with the Two of Pentacles here. The Two of Pentacles is saying that you will be able to work this out for yourself. I'm not saying that you can work out the relationship. I'm talking about manage your needs well, right? Because right now things are, I don't want to say up in the air because I really feel like you're like, no, I'm going. Page of Cups is very clear here. Two of Pentacles is saying you'll make the right decision for yourself in the end. There's a lot for you to consider. It's fine. You're going to make the right decision for yourself. High Priestess is like you're going to make that decision with your intuition, not just with your emotions. Three of Pentacles in this reading means that you might want to consider counseling, right? Because Three of Pentacles for the querent is usually the one here standing on the bench here, you know, as the professional here. And they're being approached by these two patrons to commission something from this expert professional, right? But in this context, tongue tied, it's the reverse. This is you and your significant other, as in the role of the patrons, approaching the professional, which is the therapist. Okay? You are, it will be in your best interest to seek professional help. So I'm feeling for the majority of you that this relationship is salvageable. And I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, Cancer, we were talking about this last month too. Guys, you've come to an impasse. You've come to a place in the road as a couple where you can no longer sort through this on your own. You're going to need professional help. You're going to need someone to step in and see the forest for the trees for you and help you sort things out. Here's the Queen of Swords. Reversed? No. So there she is. I was talking about the difference between the King and the Queen of Swords. You see the way she's more active than the King of Swords. You know, she's has her hand out. She's like, "Bring it. What are you talking about?" She's engaging with the other person and in front of her. The King of Swords is not doing that. The King of Swords is just sitting there listening. He's like, "Speak. I'm listening." Um. So Spirit is just saying there needs to be a little bit of both. There needs to be a whole lot of listening, but also expressing your own thoughts and feelings as well. There needs to be a dialogue. But see, the Queen of Swords is coming out after the Three of Pentacles, which is very important here. This is saying that you will be heard. You will be better heard in the presence of this therapist and working through the therapist than you would on your own with this King of Cups here. Okay? We have advice cards? No. That's the reading, guys. Okay? I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys in the comment section. Let me know how this resonates. I answer every single comment, so if you have questions, bring them. I will answer them. Um, don't forget to like and subscribe, please. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. It is a very quick gesture that doesn't cost you anything that means the world to me. So please do so. And I thank you in advance. Don't forget to click on the notification bell too, so that you don't miss future videos. Okay? And if you have already, just check to see if it's still clicked, because a lot of the time, for whatever reason, YouTube seems to unsubscribe and unclick the bell. It's weird. It happens to me too. So just check. Okay, Cancer? I will speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.